Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Manhattan Theatre Club continues their season at the Samuel J. Friedman Theatre with Nick Payne's new play, Constellations. Under the direction of Michael Longhurst, it welcomes back to the stage film star Jake Gyllenhaal alongside recent Golden Globe winner Ruth Wilson. And I caught up with all of them here on opening night. Congratulations. I saw the show Saturday night. I absolutely adored this.
Oh, thank you, man.
Welcome back to the stage. How does it feel?
Wonderful. It's wonderful to be doing something you love up on the stage and being able to know that you can change it, sort of, intention-wise, almost every night, and that you're working with an actor who is can more than handle you, if not you have to handle them. So it's extraordinary, and to be up there on Broadway and all the history that I could go on and on about. Obviously, all about. Is an honor. It's an honor. It's a true honor. This is great.
You always come back to the stage, which I love.
Yes.
What gives you the biggest thrill about doing stage?
Well, it's interesting. In an odd way, this play feels like a challenge in a different way from anything on the stage because it's constantly moving. It's totally ephemeral. And as a result of that, it has its own very particular challenge, unlike anything I've ever done on the stage. So, so it's hard to sort of say this specific show is a specific challenge. But in terms of being on the stage, it's about really being able to be a storyteller. I think that the job of acting and the craft of acting is really about being a storyteller. And in movies, I think you are at the whim of someone else, and oftentimes, they get to cut things together, and you don't have that opportunity on the stage. It's all you. And particularly with this show, me and Ruth, it's just us and no props and a platform. 2 actors, 1 prop, 1 platform. So it's an interesting experience.
And working on a Nick Payne play again, what it's like working with him and Michael, your director, again.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think that Nick Payne is one of the most, if not the most young, talented writers around. If doing 2 of his shows, over the past 2 years is saying something about that, then I think I've said enough, because I've done both of the things I've done in New York have been his shows. I love his words. I love saying them. I love bringing them to audiences. And working with Michael's the same. I've worked with him twice on these 2 shows, and he's an extraordinary visualist, like an absolutely extraordinary visualist. I think Constellations is just a singular vision, and it really is his. And if you read it on the page and then how he's interpreted it, it's pretty extraordinary. You can see Michael's mind up there. And the room he gives us as actors is really brave. So, I think it's very hard for a director oftentimes to give actors, space. And for him, it's effortless. So that's why I've come back for more.
My final question is, when you took your bow tonight, do you remember what you were thinking?
Let's not stay up here for too long. And also, Ruth and I always get confused as to who's leading the bow. It's not like a huge ensemble up there, and really we're very far away from each other in the first curtain call. So I'm always looking at the side of my eye to see who's going to make the first move. It's the most awkward curtain call I've ever been involved in, but I couldn't think of anybody I'd rather be up there with. So
first of all, it's opening night.
It is opening night.
You won the Golden Globe the other night.
Yes.
And it's your birthday today too, right?
It's a big week. Yeah, it's a big week, so it's great. I'm just sort of taking one thing at a time.
What a way to come to Broadway. How does it feel tonight?
Amazing. We've worked so hard on this show, and it's such a beautiful piece. And the culmination of doing a month of previews and keep working at the play and trying to find more depth to it and detail to it. And so tonight it was lovely having an audience that's full of your friends and family, and you can celebrate it. It felt great. And off the back of the Golden Globes, we were both nominated, and it was exciting to come in and do this show and get back on stage in front of people that love you and have fun with it. So yeah, it felt brilliant.
It's such a wonderful play. I was there Saturday night. I had the best time at this show. Yeah.
It was a good show that night. It was a lovely show, yeah. One of our best shows, I think, that evening.
Oh, I love that I was there.
Yeah. I think it's one of those shows that's very unique, and it's not only it's funny and clever and intelligent, but it has something to say that's really incredibly important, and it's moving and it's heartfelt. So in 1 hour or 68 minutes, you get to have this whole journey of these 2 people and these 2 characters, and I think for that reason it's a really special piece of theatre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like rehearsing? We had spoken very early on. It's such a beautiful, unique piece of how this is all done. You know, because the scenes just change very, very fast. What the rehearsal was like, and then throwing it up in front of an audience.
Yeah, you know what? In the audience, whenever you put a play in front of an audience, I think that's when you learn what the play is, because you're not internally talking about everything and justifying everything with you and your actor and cast and our director and writer. You actually in front of an audience and they're responding to things, and you understand the play as it's written and what people respond to. So I always think like it's three processes. You read it for the first time, you then start rehearsing. It's a different play, and it's in front of an audience, and it's another play. You know, so I think for in front of an audience, I felt we've really learned what the play is, and we've really understood the journey and the narrative and the journey within that play. I mean, it's hard because you think it's not a normal narrative, but suddenly in front of an audience, you understand what it's about, really. It all becomes clear. So that's been brilliant and electrifying. And there's moments when you go, that's it. And it's amazing working with him because he's determined to keep digging deeper and finding more stuff and more nuance. And he's never settled or happy. He wants to keep getting it better and better. He wants it to be sublime. And that's amazing to work with because it keeps challenging you and keep asking for more and keep wanting more from the piece and from you as an actor and from himself. And I think that's only then you're challenged as an actor, and then the best things come out of you. So he's challenged me to be better, which is wonderful to work opposite.
I asked Jake the same thing. It's so electric to watch the two of you up there, and it's so real and in the moment. He said we push each other every single night.
And every night we've got more ideas about what we can make different or what we can make better. And I'm sort of someone that tends to just allow it to happen. Like I sort of feel in the moment and he wants to kind of work it before and make it happen. So he thinks at home and comes in with ideas. I just do things on the day. So we're different beasts in that way, but it's brilliant because we both respond to each other and allow that in each other and understand that's what each other are, how we're different and how we are compatible in that way. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful combination, and I'm really happy to be working with him. We've become really close friends, and this play demands that. Trust.
When you took your bow tonight, do you remember what went through your mind?
It was a relief, actually, that we got through it, we'd done it. And, you know, we had all the press in last week, so in a way it was just friends and family out there, and that was really exciting that you knew you're in a safe audience. But it was relief and joy and sort of honoured to be on that stage on Broadway, working with Jake in a Broadway house. It's really thrilling. It's what I've always wanted to do, you know. This is a job I've wanted to do for a long time, or acting is a job I wanted to do. So to be able to do it and in such an amazing space, an amazing place, in an amazing role, an amazing play, it's a dream come true.
Hello. Congratulations. It is opening night, Broadway, Constellations. How do you feel tonight?
I feel I was terrified, now I feel relieved, and now I'm ready for a beer.
I'm shocked they haven't given you one yet.
They haven't given me a beer yet, no, so I'm looking forward to my beer, yeah.
How thrilling is it to have worked on this play for Broadway? I saw this Saturday night. I was riveted during this. Thank you for a beautiful night. What it's been like bringing this to Broadway?
Well, it's been quite scary, mostly, but no, now it's really amazing, and I think Ruth and Jake are so great in the show, and audiences seem to be responding really positively. There seems to be laughter in all the appropriate places, and they get sad in the sad places, so no, touch wood, it's been a very positive experience, yeah.
Is that always what you worry about, how the audience will perceive it?
It is, yeah. What else is there to worry about? Yeah, I just hope they enjoy it. That is it. Bottom line, yeah.
How did you come about to write this play?
As in, how was it commissioned, or where?
And the idea to do this play.
Well, it was a commission originally from the Royal Court Theatre in London for their very small, intimate upstairs theatre, which seats about 100 people. I met a beekeeper. I found him very interesting. I wanted to write about bees and about beekeeping. Couldn't work out how to do it, so I binged that. Then I read about some physics and thought the physics was really interesting, and then I just smashed them together in the same play. Yeah.
Fascinating. I love how it all comes together. It says so much. Talk about working with Michael Longhurst again, your director. You have quite a history with him.
Yeah. We've worked together to God, about 3 or 4 times. Yeah, he's amazing. He sort of thinks unlike anyone else, any other director I've worked with. He's really, really focused and specific and clear on how he works with text and how he works with actors, and yet he has this kind of amazing imagination, and he's unafraid to do something really bold. No, he's great. Yeah.
Talk about your 2 stars in this.
Yeah, what do you want me to say?
First of all, what is like working with them?
Yeah, great. They're really great. Where has he gone? Oh,
He left already. He's 2 down.
So I can be rude about him. No, they're amazing. I mean, I'm spoiled. It's like they're really extraordinary. Yeah, Jake is amazing. We had worked together before, and so I knew him a bit. And Ruth, I've seen a ton of her theatre stuff in the UK, and she's fucking amazing. I sort of just have nothing but admiration, and I'm really fond of them. I'm really fond of how brilliant they are in the show. Yeah.
And what's the best part of the rehearsal process for you as the writer?
Well, I was only there for the first week, so and I came back a bit towards the end, I think. So the first week. I don't know. No, my favourite bit is when my job is finished towards the end and they know the play really well and it's theirs and it stops being mine and I get to relax. That's my favourite bit, yeah.
If you could sum up the best part of tonight for you, when they came out to take their bow at the end, what was going through your mind? Do you remember?
Oh, not really. I sort of had my internal monologue just breathed a massive sigh of relief, I think is what happened, yeah. And then I felt good and they were really good, so I felt very happy, yeah.
Congratulations, it's opening night. How do you feel tonight?
Thrilled. I'm so proud of them. It's been an amazing journey getting here, and they're such beautiful chemistry together, and I'm so pleased that it's being received well. I'm thrilled.
Take me back to the beginning of how this play came about for you.
I'd done a show at the Royal Court in the small studio, and Dominic, the artist director at the time, showed me the script and introduced me to Nick, and Nick seemed to like my ideas, and it grew from there. So it's gone from a tiny 90-seat studio to Broadway. It's an incredible journey.
It's such a beautiful play. Tell me what you love about it.
I think what Nick captures so beautifully is the highs and lows of life. It's full of love and loss. But I think whatever you think of the science, of the idea of the multiverse, it makes you realise that every moment is precious. And I think to be able to tap into that as an idea without it being sentimental, but to be incredibly uplifting, is a real achievement in Nick. You know, he's got a massive heart as a writer, so it's a privilege to try and serve up his work.
And talk about working with your cast and working with them in the rehearsal room.
Well, they're both hugely skilled, hugely imaginative actors, so it's kind of a gift. You know, you can drop a thought in, drop an idea in, and watch them run with it, and watch them dig, and watch them make connections, and just watch them play with each other. I mean, we sort of dig into the text so detailedly, but then up there they play, and they just listen to each other, and they transport each other, and so that's a real, amazing to sort of set that off.
It's so beautifully directed. Were there challenges for you? Because they were all like little vignettes.
Yeah, I mean, in some sense, because there's nothing for them to hide behind. It's just the two of them. There's no props, there's no set, it's just them. And so trying to work out what makes each world specific and what helps sew them together is, the slalom of the play, I think, is the real challenge. But they have conquered that, and they have such confidence in what they're doing, which has just been beautiful to watch grow over the preview period. And I'm thrilled that the play is ready to be shared.
And working at Manhattan Theatre Club.
It's been great. It's great that this play has made it over. It's great that they want to get behind this play, and I feel like I'm proud that they want to put this play on Broadway.